Welcome back. This is Arise News. You're watching the morning show with me, Biola Labi. My next guests are the founder and managing consultant of Franchise Business Development Service, a pioneer development company in Nigeria representing World Franchise Associates and advancing the development of the Nigerian franchise industry. Chiagozie Nwizu is a consultant, SME advisor, enterprise builder, and developmental projects professional. Also here with me is the Chief Operating Officer, House of Tara and House of Tara franchisee, Ifeoma Ikeadoga. Welcome to the morning show. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
Good to be here.
So I'm going to start with you. You are a franchisee development expert.
Franchise development expert. And so what that means is that...
I'm glad you decided to explain that because that was gonna be my first question is,
yes.
What is a franchisee development expert?
Okay, so franchise development is that we are operating an industry that in Nigeria is a growing one and they're new to a lot of entrepreneurs. We support enterprises who have built a proven business system and they want to expand through franchising to develop a franchise program. Is a unique business or operating model, business model. And then we also provide support to people that want to buy franchises, entrepreneurs who think they don't have what it takes to build a sustainable business and want to buy into the proven businesses of the franchisors. So we help them to identify suitable brands they can buy into. We also call that matchmaking. But there are a number of consulting services and support we provide to them, in the value chain to get the industry, running properly.
Fantastic. I just know you're here because your company is actually one of the companies that also offers franchising in Nigeria.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about what and how you guys have been able to do that.
Okay, so at House of Tara, we've focused on building a structure and a framework that is easily to replicate. You could really just take it and put it in another environment and it would run. It's taken 20 years to do that, so we're fairly confident that it's plug and play.
Fantastic.
So that's what we do.
Chiagozie, coming back to you, you basically help companies matchmake, which is to find a company that they can buy into, they can build, they can take to the next level. So is it that if I have an idea for a company, I can look at franchising, or is it that if I have an idea, just go out and build my own company and then come to you later and say, okay, I've built my company, come and franchise? What exactly and where do you come into play in this?
So if you don't mind, let me just give a little bit of background. Now, in Nigeria, we are very entrepreneurial people. We say that all the time, but we also have a lot of businesses that are failing. 80% of entrepreneurs in Nigeria, in a recent KPMG study, the entrepreneurs say that their challenges, one of their critical challenges is ease of doing business. So there is
ease of doing business.
Okay. So there is a challenge with building a successful enterprise.
And when they say ease of doing business, just give us a couple of examples of what that is, so that it doesn't sound too esoteric.
So there are environmental issues, policies, access to finance, capacity building, and all that.
So sometimes it's also the regulatory environment.
It's also policy does contributes a whole lot to the ease of doing business. And you hear every entrepreneur every now and then talking about today how they are struggling, trying to keep their businesses running, profitable for various stakeholders, both employees and investors and all that. Now, it's not everybody that has what it takes to build a successful enterprise. Some people can't keep up with this demand, right? So, but we are just like, Tundun said, a brand like House of Tara, who is a franchisor, over the years had built a learning curve, has navigated the ups and downs, and has mastered the business, and that's what we will call, they've been able to build a proven business. Proven businesses that they've learned how to succeed. They've learned how to deal with all these challenges in the space, running their business. Now, for some brands, they begin to have a challenge. How do we expand, right? Do we go to the bank to borrow at 8% interest rate to expand? Can I, as an entrepreneur, manage, if I want to grow to 250 to 300 outlets all by myself? with only employees. So they begin to look for partners.
So when they start asking those questions, they come to you?
They come to us.
Okay.
Then on the other side, the people who are the startups, where we have the statistics of 80% of businesses failing within 5 years, they have a lot of worries. They do not want to take their hard, the savings, took them many years, to put together, put it into a venture that is going to fail because they haven't learned the ropes, and many other, challenges and concerns. So for them, they are looking for proven businesses that have proven brands. So when they buy a franchise, right, the franchise provides them, there's a brand goodwill that everybody knows. Oh, it's House of Tara, okay? Oh, I know this brand, I'm going to begin to patronize immediately. They get support from the franchisor. They get training, they get a lot of things. You're going to hear from the franchisee anyway.
Yes.
So now, this was the situation we saw about what franchising can do in Nigeria. And that's how, our organization, began to provide a franchise development support. There are a lot of programs we do. We have an investors forum, we hold on quarterly basis, where we get these franchisors to come and pitch to prospective franchise buyers, right? And then there's also an exhibition, and they exhibit, and that's part of the process of doing the matchmaking. Then we help the franchisor with, develop a training program. We provide them support every now and then so that they are able to provide support to their own, franchisees. So doing this way, what we began to do is that we are seeing a growth and interest, right? Because success story is a success story.
Sure,
people see that,
testimonies are testimonies.
And testimonies, right?
Yes.
And they want to, get into the boat and all that. So from a study we conducted for DFID about 2 years back, which actually we engaged various stakeholders, wanting to know what government is saying about franchising, and then what is the state of the industry today, what are the challenges, what are the prospects. We also benchmarked 4 other countries, South Africa, India, UAE, and the US, because they have a more advanced franchise industry. And we took in a lot of lessons. And then we developed a roadmap on how the industry would grow. So as we are here right now, there's an enabling environment for franchising, developing specific funds for franchisees. We have our law firm partners who also are coming up with policy.
Sort of putting the framework together.
That. So I won't go so much into that, but we have a lot of partners. One of them on franchise education, Faith Foundation is joining us soon. So also talk about what they are doing to provide awareness and education and skills.
So I'm going to actually let you I'm going to pause now. We're going to go on a break, and when we come back, I want to hear from Ifeoma as someone that has gone through the process of franchising. It's time now for another break, but when we come back, I'll be speaking with our guest on the process of franchising. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Before we went on the break, we were talking to my guest about the process of franchising and consulting on franchising. Now that we're back, I'm going to have a conversation with Ifeoma, who herself has been part of the process. So Ifeoma, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
So you have been part of this matchmaking process.
Yes.
You've gone through it. What motivated you to go out and look for a franchise rather than starting something from scratch?
Okay. I'm an event decorator.
Okay.
I work in an industry where I have clients. I have brides asking for makeup, asking for so many questions for their big day, and I wanted to fill in that gap. And I thought to myself, why don't you open up something? So I planned on, or rather, I opened a beauty place. I have a
like a studio.
Salon. Yes, like a studio. I have a nail studio. I have a makeup, a hair place. I have a spa.
Okay.
Yes. Then I thought of the makeup. I needed someone to help me with the makeup. I am not a makeup artist, but I want to give the best. So I was lucky. My sister works with House of Tara.
Okay.
I spoke with her, and she said, "I want to give you a number. Call this number." She gave me a number. I called the lady. The lady gave me another number, and I spoke with her. Under 24 hours, we had a meeting, and we kicked off.
And so you have a Tara franchise in your as part of your empire.
Yes.
That sounds like you're building.
Yes, I do.
And how's that experience been, having not had to start from scratch? Because, I mean, in a way, you would have had to start from scratch.
Yes.
But now you have a brand that sort of is existing. It's an already established brand. How has that process been with integrating it into the other things you do?
I think it was the best thing ever, actually, because I don't need to introduce the brand. It's a trusted brand, a known brand. In fact, most of the times, it's almost like they're doing the job for me because they took away the burden. So coming in with them, being part of House of Tara family, it was so easy. It was really easy. She made everything very easy. She made the process very easy. And
how long have you been a franchise?
I think this is our 4th month.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations. Well done. And did you, I mean, so you obviously were introduced to the franchise through a friend.
Yes.
Have you, I mean, this now goes to Tundu.
Okay.
Do you guys have events where you also go to places like what he says, where you come out and pitch to other potentials?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about that process.
Okay, so in looking for a franchise, it does help to have word of mouth advocacy, we had here, which is perfect. But we've also partnered with Chiagozie, who has made the process easy, because sometimes finding the right person to get into a relationship with is everything. You don't want someone to come and spoil the brand.
He's a matchmaker, he says.
Yes. So, we've attended 2 of the matchmaking forums, very well organized. It was easy to pitch to a group of people that they had pre-screened. So these were people who would understand the concept, understand the structure and the kind of order required to replicate the opportunity. So FBDS has made it possible for us to have structured forums, and on a regular basis, they help us with the process of the relationship, I would say, because it is matchmaking, I guess. They tell us how to talk to each other. What do I say to her? What should she say to me? What are her rights and obligations? What are my rights and obligations? And it just makes the whole process easier to know that it's not just the 2 of us. We have someone whose job is it to make the relationship work. So we can focus on building the Tara brand. She can focus on making the money, and he makes sure that the language is working.
Oh, wow. So your relationship with the brands is not just a one-time thing, like sort of, hey, guys, I pronounce you franchisee and franchisor, and you go away. Your role you still sort of stay in counsel.
Just that brings it back to what I said earlier. If the marriage doesn't work, then what we are preaching,
will fail.
Doesn't have any evidence. We know we've had 1 or 2, like the viewers out there may know 1 or 2 brands who, because they made an outing into franchising at a time when there were more challenges in the environment. It was difficult. I have respect for such brands, but they may have had challenges that put a question mark on the franchise business model. So that's why what we're doing, we didn't just jump into. We've undertaken a lot of trainings in different countries of the world, and then we have our technical partners. Like we say, we represent World Franchise Associates, and we are a certified service provider member of International Franchise Association. Virtually at any country of the world where franchising is well developed and going on, where we have some sort of relationships and every now and then. So from there, because we understand that it didn't originate from Nigeria.
Sure.
Economies like the US, franchise is so established that when people want to venture into business, the question they are asking is, can I build this business or do I just buy a franchise? Today, 1 in every 12 franchise in every 12 business in the US is a franchise, right? Nearly a billion, about 9.1 million people are employed by the industry, and their turnover is about $1 trillion. Dollars, right, on an annual basis. So the economy is being driven. That's why in Nigeria, what we are actually saying is that franchise we've identified to become a tool of enterprise, economic, and social development. There's another concept of franchising, which we are, because of our very unique challenge in Nigeria. Franchising for Nigeria is not about the big businesses, to be very true.
So, I mean, we're going to be wrapping up soon, so I really want people at home not to get so caught up in just this one opportunity. I want them to understand about other opportunities when it comes to franchising. What other type of businesses are are available for franchising that people should look at?
Very interesting. So what franchising is that, it is all about building a business, and once the system is proven, it is franchised. So can I shock you? I was at a franchise exhibition in South Africa last year, and as I was doing the tour, one of the brands I met was into funeral services, franchised. And they already...
Not shocking, I've heard of that before.
Okay,
so, you didn't, but I'm sure you shocked me before the end of our minute. But yes, yes.
They're in 5 countries.
Yeah.
Right? Doing well. So anything can literally be franchised.
So as people are sitting at home, people have a little bit of savings, they're looking for opportunities, they don't want to spend a whole lot of money marketing, which is what you guys do as an established company. She doesn't have to do a lot of that, you do the work for her. What type of industries do you want, if people are interested in, they should call you, they should look for you?
Okay, so like if you visited our website, you will see franchises in beauty and makeup, in food, in retail, in hospitality, in service type businesses. I mean, there are education franchises. There are franchises for professionals, how to set up a chartered accounting firm.
Okay.
And that's why like economies like South Africa, they have about 625 different franchise models. I mean, unique types of businesses.
And when is your next matchmaking event?
So we are planning the next for Abuja. That should be in the next couple of months. Everybody will get to know about that. Yeah, and there are some other trainings that come what we call Think Franchise, and also some what's called exhibition, and more like a fair that is coming up towards the end of the year.
All right, thank you, Ifeoma. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Adetunu, thank you for being here, and Chiagozie, thank you so much for being here. And I wish all of you the best. And for the entrepreneurs out there, go look them up, go check them out. You don't have to start from scratch. This is a great opportunity to join in the power of many. Time now for another break, but when we come back, I'll be speaking to Adenike Adeyemi, the Executive Director of Fate Foundation, on entrepreneurial development and the ecosystem here in Nigeria. Stay tuned.